Hey, assalamu alaikum everybody. And if you hear that in the background, that's just them banging away. They've been doing that every single day in my apartment building. And then you hear stuff falling, so maybe they're banging away at the bricks. I don't know why they're doing that really, but it woke me up this morning early because they were going. It was just this constant sound of glass and maybe broken brick. Anyways, crazy stuff keeps happening, and I'm starting to think maybe this is a weird year. Maybe it's just me. I don't know what it is, but a professor, one of the professors at our center, I never had him as a professor, but my friends did. He passed away this week in a microbus. I hear there's an accident every single day on the Corniche because a lot of microbus drivers, I talked about this before, are pretty crazy drivers. Um, Rahimahullah, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May God have mercy on his soul. We belong to God and to Him we return. So that was a sad thing, even though I didn't know him. I couldn't go to the janazah because we found out the next day. My friend told me that they were in class the next day after he passed away, and everybody was waiting, and they're like, this guy is never late. He told me in the last 8 months, 2 times he was 5 minutes late. It was 10 minutes, and then the secretary came in, and everybody was crying, and they were just like, so, your professor is dead. And so he visited his house. I didn't go with him, but yeah, so alhamdulillah, everything happens for a reason, and I hope he is resting in peace. And then another thing happened. Today is Friday. On Wednesday, I didn't make it to class. It's been very cold here. But today I actually took a shower by filling up pots with hot water from the kitchen sink because that one actually has hot water, and then I've been washing. I did that in Damascus for a little bit too at my grandma's house, mother of my mom. So using like a bucket and stuff to take a shower. And I use less water and it's warmer. So because I had this thing in my back where I couldn't move, I don't know, maybe it's the cold weather or something like that. Um, in fact, it was so cold and my nose was running all night. It was so cold and windy on the Corniche that, uh, when I was trying to walk for a few seconds, I couldn't walk. And that's how windy it is on the coast here. Not today, but in the past couple of days. Seriously, I could not walk. And what makes it more dangerous is that when you're crossing the street, and this is a very dangerous street. I mean, people get killed crossing the street. Students have been sent to the hospital. I think last year, one of the other students in the other program got sent to the hospital by crossing the street. You're supposed to use a tunnel. My old place had a tunnel right, I mean, almost across the street. Well, here the tunnel's kind of far, and I've been recommended to take a taxi and not cross it. Especially because the place we live in, Alexandria kind of goes like this, and then it loops up. So you have three corniches. You look straight, right, and left. It's all right there. So when you're crossing, you can't really see around the bend, and it's hard to do that. And it's not safe to cross the street here, anyways. But I was actually hit by a car, not hard, but this time it was my knee. Last time it was my arm. This lady, I mean, she was going 5 miles per hour, but still. And I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Because I just didn't understand why she ran into me when I was standing right there in front of her, clearly, and crossing the street. So when I was crossing the street, I was swaying right and left, and then you have this little, it's very small cement place. As I was standing there in the middle of the two roads, it's like a sort of island. The wind pushed me, and I went to one side. Thank God there was no car there, and I quickly got back on. But yeah, it's dangerous, and even though Google says it's 18 to 20 degrees during, I'm guessing that's in the daytime in the sun when there's big buildings blocking the wind. But definitely it's cold here, so I wasn't feeling well, and I didn't go to class on Wednesday, and on Tuesday I ate at this restaurant. Right, it's this restaurant. I mean, this little cafeteria type place that's in the middle of our campus, the campus where I go to class. Right. Um, I just eat in there. I think I'm one of the very few American students who eats there, but basically because I look Arab. The other people, they all get stared at. It's a big crowd, and I was just thinking that when I was there on what is it, Tuesday? Sorry if I mess up the days because I'm thinking in Arabic and it's by numbers. It's the fifth day, the third day, the fifth day. So on Tuesday I went there and I ate, and I was just like, oh my God, I hate this place. I mean, it's good food, don't get me wrong, but it's just big crowded and people are fighting, and the girls can't really go forward, so they have a disadvantage because, it's just the culture and stuff. I wish they'd just get it in a line and organize. I was thinking about that. So I don't make it on Wednesday, and I probably would have eaten there. And what happened is there was an explosion in the restaurant. Um, this explosion, from what I hear now, I heard many different narrations. Uh, but from what I hear, everybody says it was a propane tank that exploded. Now, one person told me 4 were injured, 2 critically injured. One person told me 2 died. One person told me 3. One person told me 7, and one person told me 8. Now, out of all these people, there was one person who actually went right there after the explosion, and he confirmed to me that there were bodies laying down that were covered completely with I don't know what, cloths or something like that, and he saw some people who were just like burned. Basically, he told me that the fire went out and some people were trapped in the fire and they burned to death too. So they were just, it was just, he's like, they were black. They were just black. So that's disturbing. Now, yesterday, on Thursday, I went to class, the university classes, and I walked by the restaurant because my class is close to there. And I saw that it was completely closed down and it was just, there's a lot of black ash and stuff around it. So, subhanAllah, I didn't go there. And I mean, the explosion took place early in the morning. I don't think I would have been there then. I would have been there more in the afternoon. But you never know, One day you don't go to class. And my program is very strict about attendance, You can miss 2 days, I think, in the semester. Is the day that this explosion happens at this restaurant. So, it's weird stuff, I asked my roommate, I was like, this is very crazy. So many things have been happening. Is this a regular year? My roommate says no. This is his 4th year in Egypt. My director says she thinks that it is, but this is her 1st year in Egypt, so I don't know. In other news, there was another protest too. The Al-Aqsa thing, it's really getting intense here. A lot of people are mad because of what the Israeli government, what I hear and what I read on the news, I don't really know, is doing at Al-Aqsa Mosque. And the Judaization, it's called a tahweed in Arabic, to make something Jewish of East Jerusalem. So a lot of people here are mad. And it's the Muslim Brotherhood who's holding all these protests. Also, another news, I saw my 4th kid today on the street, 4th little kid, 2 to 3 years old, run across the street. Though I did see her mom, she was inside, but she was maybe like, I'll say 15 meters away or something like that. So she couldn't have caught her, and if there was a car coming, boom, she would have been run over, which is very sad. Like I said, update on the noise, pounding all day. There are dogs who are barking more, and I woke up in the morning 2 days ago and my roommate told me he had this weird dream where this dog was barking and then this little kid was barking and then the dog, and I was like, I had the same dream, or I saw it before going to sleep, so I think that did happen. There was a kid playing with a dog, so we're seeing barking in our dreams and dogs and stuff like that. Yeah, very dangerous to cross the street. Again, there's just no lights along this big road that goes along the coast. And last thing, I finally understand the honking here and see the wisdom behind it. When I first went to Damascus, everyone was honking at me. So, in the U.S., like at least at MSU, when someone honks and they're like, hey, or what's up, it means that people know you. So I was like, let me be positive and just pretend that everybody likes me here. And they're all like, hey. But it quickly got annoying after a couple of days. Well, as I was walking through a windy little alley on my way to the coast a few days ago, this one car honked, and so I didn't even have to look back. I knew a car was behind me. I didn't even have to hear because I couldn't even hear the engine. So I went on the little sliver of sidewalk that was there, or pavement, and then it passed by, and then I went back off because sometimes there were pipes, so I couldn't cross. And I heard another honk, so I went back up, and then I went back off, and there was no honk. So I knew that there was no car behind me. So it is a system, but I think it's just about understanding the system that works in different countries and then being able to use it. But yeah, I was just talking to my director about how so many disasters, like the propane thing, and little kids, maybe if they're run over or something, can be avoided here. So that's the sad part about it. But yeah, crazy stuff. So thank you. So